post notification for amazing tutorials like this. So on today's session, I'm going to be showing you how to style a fringe bob wig. Now this hair right here with me is a fringe bob wig, regardless of how it's looking. Now look at it very well. It's looking very rough and very unkempt, even though I revamped it. I already revamped the hair. See how lush it's looking, right? Now the closure is looking this way because it was ventilated and it wasn't done properly. But that is not an issue. We're going to fix that on this live session. Now there are parts of this hair that has whole, some holes in them. They are not properly. I think some of the hairs are has fallen off. So we're also going to fix that. That is not a challenge. I'm trying to see if I can show you guys, but there are some holes around here that needs fixing. The area, I don't know why it's not showing. There's a hole here that I need to fix. So I'm just basically going to ventilate that area, taking part of the hair from here to ventilate it using my ventilating pin, which I'm going to be showing you guys shortly. So let's just get right into the video. Now I'm trying to detangle the closure, and I'm basically just going to place it on this canvas head, and also we're going to place a band inside, because if you can, as you can see, it's looking very wide, like it won't even fit. It's so loose. Now this is the factory band that came in with it, but if you look very well, you see that there's no um hook. There's no place where they can hook it. So I'm just going to change the band and put another band right away. So now after putting our band, we're going to go ahead and refill the closure area that needs to be refilled. So I'm basically just going to use this pin to pin the hair down. Let me bring it closer so you guys can see. To pin the hair down, and then I'm going to now use my measurement tape and measure 4 inches from the closure area down. 4 inches. Now another 4 inches from here to here. So that's how we're going to figure out our head size. So now, first step, you'll be needing your tape to achieve that, for you to get a accurate head measurement. Now from the closure area, you measure 4 inches, right? 4 inches downward here. Now this is 4 inches. Now you measure another 4 inches from here to here, right? This is another 4 inches, right? So now where you're going to place your band is on the 4 inches. You're going to place your band here, and then you sew it in. And after sewing it, you measure another 4 inches and you sew it down, right? That is how you get an accurate head measurement. Now regardless of the person's head size, it's still going to fit, because of course our band is going to be very stretchy. Hi, thank you for joining. Our band is going to be very stretchy. Now let me show you guys the band that we'll be using for this. I've actually been using this band. I've actually been using this band for the longest. It has almost finished, right? So let me just show you guys. Now we'll be using this thread. We'll just take out a little. You can see there are some that I've already used. So we'll just measure, and then we'll use this thread to sew down the hairband. Now for your hairband, when measuring your hairband, you measure 7 inches, maximum 8 inches. Now see how stretchy that band is. Now is this hairband. I don't know if you guys have come across the video where someone is doing an installation and they just use this band to tie down the front. right? Hi David, I'm fine. You just use this band to pin down the front of the hair, right, to hold it in place. Now this band is very vast. You can use it for anything. You can use it to hold down your hair, and then you can also use it to measure your wig cap, so it fits perfectly. Now we're just going to go ahead and measure. Now for this hair, I would like to use 8 inches of this band. Now let's measure 8 inches and then we cut it out. Measure 8 inches and we cut. Now let me get my scissors. So we measure 8 inches and then we cut it. Now look at it from here, right? Down, right? Down, right? Now this is your 8 inches. Now you're going to cut from here. You're going to cut from here. Now let's cut. Make sure it's straight for this purpose. I could not focus and cut it straight, but look at it now. We have our 8 inches head band, right? Just like that, 8 inches. Now when you stretch it, it's going to pass your ear a bit. When you stretch it very well to the maximum. It's going to be after your head a bit. Now we're going to use this hairband now. Measure 4 inches from our closure area, right, down to this area. Now you measure another 4 inches down to this area. Now before then, we have to make sure that we have our thread on ground. Now this is the thread we are going to be using, mind you, and then the needle, sew it in. Now let me just go ahead and take the thread out. We're not going to take too much because basically what we're doing here is not too much, it's just a little fix, right? So you're going to put in your thread in your needle. I just hope that I get this straight because I'm having issues with my eyes. I can't see properly. Okay, yes, thank God. If this that, so yeah, just a little amount is okay. Now this is it, right? This is it, this is it, and then you cut out the part that you want to use. Cut it out, right? Just like that. Now you tie it. Sorry, let me fix this. I was supposed to pin this hair down. I skipped my mind. Okay. Let me just go ahead and pin it down properly. Yes, that is done. Now you tie this area of the thread, so when you're sewing it, it doesn't pull out, right? Now you cut out this area, cut out the excess. Good. Now measurement. Where's my headband? Where's my headband? Where's my headband? Where's my headband? I think I'm going to put another one. I don't see that one. Okay, let me just go ahead and cut another one. I can't actually find the one that I just cut now. So let me do another 8 inches. Right? 8 inches. Here. And then we cut. So now we measure. So when measuring, remember you start from the closure area, right? From the last part of the cap. Now this is your closure. Let me bring it forward so you guys can see what I'm doing clearly. Now this is the closure, right? This brown thing right here is the closure. Now from here where the wig cap stops, right here, this black stuff, that's where you're going to measure. You measure all the way down, right? All the way down to 4 inches, right? Now this is 4 inches. This is where you're going to start sewing your hairband. Now this is your hairband. You fold it, right? You fold it this way, or rather, yeah, you fold it like this, right? And then you place it. You place it here, where you have your 4 inches. You place it here. Now you've placed it. Now pay attention. Make sure, see how it's looking, the hairband, right? Make sure that it doesn't move from this area. Make sure it doesn't move. Now you're going to take this needle and you're going to sew it in. Now let's sew it in. You put it in and then you put it outside. Basically, put it in and then outside. So guys, if you have any question, anything at all you want to know, Jojo, hi, thank you for joining. If you have anything you want to talk about, if you have any hair question, please leave it in the comments and I'll be answering them one after the other. So now you're going to make sure that this is really tight and you're going to sew twice. I'll show you what I mean by sewing it twice. Now we've succeeded in sewing this, right? See it, it's not moving, it's not moving. Now we're going to go again and sew another one starting from here down to the edge so that it's firm and it's strong, it doesn't lose. So let me do that. So I'm basically just sewing it in. So you can, it depends on how comfortable you are sewing it in. I prefer to sew mine like this. So when you're done here, you're going to repeat the same thing on the other part of the hair. So whatever it is you do on the right, you should do it on the, you should apply the same thing on the left. Now whatever you do on the left, you apply the same thing on the right. Are you all getting me? Gustavo, hi, thank you for joining. So now I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to tie it down. Cut, right? And then we tie it down because you do not want it to fall off your head, obviously. So I'm going to tie it down, tie it down, tie it down, right? Tie it down. So we're going to repeat the same process on the other parts of the hair. Cut. Now your hairband is properly tied, right? Now we're going to repeat the same process. Remember, we're supposed to measure 4 inches from each side. So let's measure another 4 inches from the closure area. So for some of you that were not here when we started, I would go over it again. And if this is your first time, please like, comment, share, subscribe for amazing hair tutorials like this. So let's go into it. Now we're going to measure from our closure area, not here, but here where the hair wig cap stopped. So you measure from here, sorry, down to where you have 4 inches. Excuse me. So down to where you have 4 inches, right? Now you're going to take your thread, right? And you're going to tie this area because for some of us that are familiar with stitching, you do not want your stitches to lose, so you have to tie this area. So now that that's done, this is, remember I'm holding this because this is where we measured our 4 inches. Now I'm just going to take this, right, and then fold it, because you do not want this area losing. So you fold it. So whatever it is you're doing for a reason. Know why you're doing it. So if you know why you're doing it, it will be easy for you to apply it. Now we're just going to go ahead and sew it down, right? We're going to go ahead and sew it down. So sorry, let me just, okay. Trying to make sure that I'm on the right track. Let me measure it again so I'm sure. I don't want to take any chances. So I'll measure 8 inches from here. So I mean 4 inches, sorry, from here to here. Basically ear to ear, but we're using 4 inches instead. So yeah, and then you fold it. Make sure you're folding it carefully because you don't want this area twisting at the end of the day. So you fold this backwards and you place it on where you have your 4 inches, right? And then you sew. Depends on how you want to sew. I like to sew like this. I sew it like this. Let me not just strip this one. Yeah, like this, right? So after sewing this headband, you see how it's coming close. I'll show you guys what it looks like when you're done stitching it and how tight it's going to be. So with this, you can actually fix your loose wigs at home. If you have any wig that has been giving you issues, that's not very tight on you, I mean not very comfortable, maybe you're scared of it falling off or something, you can actually use this to fix it, right? So moving on, we're going to stitch. Remember I said stitch twice, right? So stitch twice. After these first stitches that we've done, you come back here and you start from here again. Can you guys see? Start from here again. Hello Joseph, how are you? So you start from here, you go back to where you started before. So you stitch it backwards to where you started before. So this thing is really tight. So you have to be careful while at it, because if you make any mistake, you should go back and start afresh. So yeah, now that we're done, we're basically just going to take our scissors and cut this out and then tie it down. So yeah, we'll cut it, right? This is it, and then we tie it down. Make sure to tie it properly, because if you don't tie it properly, you're going to you might have to do it again because it will lose at the end of the day. Maybe you're doing this for your client, and when it gets to your client, he starts complaining, and I'm sure you do not want the back and forth. Or maybe you're doing it for yourself, and when you wear your hair, it becomes, it might fall off and it's embarrassing. So now we're done. Now that that is done, we're basically just going to style it, right? So I'll be showing you the products that we'll be needing, we'll be using just few of them, nothing much, nothing different, something that you already know and that you can find anywhere. So now we're done with this, right? So this is how it's looking like. It's tight now, right? Very tight. So let me wear it and show you guys. I'm not supposed to do this, but I just have to for the purpose of this video. I just have to. very tight on my head right now. Like very, 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 very tight. Like very tight. So yeah, this is how it's looking. So I'm going to it's looking this way because um I've not yet styled it. Just when I style it, you're not even going to recognize it hair. So if you want to see the after look, I'll advise that you stay till the end so you see the after look. Now this is very tight, like it's very tight, right? So this is the closure area. It's actually a fringe wig. Oh yeah. So when I style it, it's going to look like this. Oh, very neat. So let's go on and style it. Da-da-da-da. Let's go on and style it. Let me stretch this down. Yes, style. So styling is basically like the easiest of revamping. So I'm sure that if you're familiar with if you revamp your hair at home, you would understand what I mean. When revamping, you need to take your time, wash, treat, and the rest. Massage it carefully, use warm water. But when styling, you're basically just using your hot tools, or if you want to do the heatless coils, you use your plastic rollers and then your hair mousse. So now let's go. Now I'm going to start styling this hair. Ignore the way it's looking, just it's going to look very nice at the end of the day. So you're going to basically pin your closure. Now the reason why you're pinning down this closure using this hair pin is because you don't want it to move it. Now look at it. If you're glue drying it backwards and you not pin it, it's going to keep moving like this. So now you just pin, right? Mind you, I moved the hair backwards so I can see it clearly. So you pin it, make sure it's properly pinned so it's not causing any obstruction for you. So yeah. So now look at it. It's not moving anymore, right? It's in place. Now we're basically going to use a hand dryer to blow dry it backwards. So for this hair, we're going to be using three three basic styling tools, which I'm going to be showing you guys. So we have first of all we have our hand dryer, which is the first tool that we're going to be using today. And secondly, we have our hot iron, right? I'm sure some of you are familiar with this. I use the Cloud9 um and a hair straightener. Yes, hair straightener. I use the Cloud9 hair straightener. And for our hot comb, I don't think okay, I think this is what product again. I can't remember. I think it's Sona, right? Sona for our hot comb. Now, these two tools are for our closure. Yes, this right here that is looking like this. I'm going to be using these two to style our closure. Now, let's go into the first assignment for the day. Now, we're going to style the closure first. So, we're basically going to glue dry it backwards and then style. So, if so far you have any questions, you can go ahead and drop them and I'll answer you. Yeah, so let me just plug this in. So I'll just go ahead and use my detangling brush to detangle the hair first. Although I already did that, but I have to do it again. Alright. So now the products that we're going to be using to style this wig is mainly our heat protectant and our heat protectant, our wax tip, and our hair serum. Now this is the heat protectant, right? What this does for you is it protects the hair against any hot tools. And now, before you apply any hot tools on your hair, you're basically supposed to apply heat protectant. Look at where mine is. I think I got this not long ago, and it's what product is this? I honestly can't remember, but I know I like this product and it gets the job done for me. Now, your wax stick. This is how your wax stick looks like. I know some of us are familiar with this, right? This is what your wax stick looks like. And then this Lucida hair serum. This is basically like the best hair serum I've ever come across. Even though there are some silk infusion, I mean best in when it comes to getting the job done, durability and price is affordable, very, very much affordable. So I would advise it any day, anytime. Now, let me go ahead and start styling. So first, we're going to, sorry, apply this a heat protectant, right? Because of course we're using hot tools for this area, right? We're using hot tools. Make sure you apply generously, but at the same time, don't make it too wet that the hair becomes very sticky, right? Just very minimal at the end of the day. Yep. So now that that is done, we're going to take our hair dryer and we're going to blow dry this hair backwards. Mhm. So that's this. Just blow dry backwards. Okay. So now I I didn't show you one of the hair brush that I'll be using. This brush is called the barrel brush. So I'm going to be needing this barrel brush because when you're drying, you need to use something to pull it back. So you're going to use this barrel brush to blow dry it backward, right? So this it might get noisy because this hand dryer comes with noise, but we'll be done in no time. Now let's see. So now that that is done, we're going to basically just use rat tail comb. Where did I keep it? And then pat the hair. Just pat the closure, right? Pat the closure. Nice is disturbing me. So pat the closure, right? Open it very well. Pat the closure. Just like that. It's supposed to be a fringe wig, but yeah. So we pat the closure, open it very well. Now, because we used our hair dryer, it's easy for us to, you know, it's easy for our comb to go in, right? It's very easy for our comb to go in. Now look at how easy it is. Very, very easy. Very easy. Very easy. Right? Very, very easy. So now we would use our blow dryer to blow it down, blow this other part down. So let's go. Remember the barrel brush and how you twist this brush matters a lot. So when you blow drying, you make sure your hand is going like this direction. Now we're done with one side of the hair. Now notice that this part that we just blew dry is looking flatter than this side. Now this place is still this way, right? Now we're going to go ahead and um, repeat the same process here. That is all for our hand dryer. So we're done with the hand dryer. The next thing we're going to be needing is what's it called? Straightener. But before then, we will need to fill this closure area. Remember when we started, I showed you guys and I said there's a part on this head that needs to be refilled, right? Just nothing much, just very small. Just I don't know if you guys can see it, but look at it. There's this area. If you're not a hairstylist, you might not notice it, but look at this area. I'm looking scanty a bit, and then here also, right? So we might have to, we will have to fix that. Not even might, we would have to fix that, right? Or rather, let's continue. But I don't know. Look at it. Look at it. This area. Let's continue. Let me just go ahead and start straightening. Now, for straightening this hair, you will need a whole lot of serum, hair serum. You will need a lot of hair serum. I got this not long ago and it's almost getting finished. Look at it. So this is what I'll be using. So I was guessing you guys. I'm guessing you guys were not hearing me. So that's I'm guessing you guys were not hearing me. So now that I've applied our hair serum, I just need to go ahead and use our hair straightener to straighten this hair. Or let's make sure it's hot. Very, very hot. Very hot. So the minute we just put it, so but for the meantime, we can go ahead and comb out the hair to avoid any detangling. Alright, let's comb it out. stretching this. I don't know, stretching it.